venue too far, any song at every bar. Here to cover your needs, Twin Rivers music scene.
Hey y'all, welcome to the Twin Rivers Music Scene podcast with your hosts Madison
and Reed.
And welcome to episode 3.
We have our second artist interview for y'all today with Cameron Allbright. We sat down with him a week or two ago and got to learn more about his musical upbringing, some upcoming projects that he has, and also what the New Braunfels and San Marcos music scenes mean to him and how they've helped him grow. And we really think that y'all will enjoy hearing him talk more about his music.
Yeah, it was really interesting just getting to know him more and sitting down and just kind of seeing his recording and songwriting process, hearing his upbringing with his dad being a big inspiration to him. So that was really cool to see.
So we've been busy the past couple of weeks seeing a bunch of shows locally and then also spreading out into San Marcos and San Antonio. We went to Jason Boland and the Stragglers at Floors with Ellis Bullard, which we talked a little bit about last episode. And then we went to Tyler Halverson this past Friday at Cheatham. And we also have been to a Toys for Tot fundraiser at Riley's that was held last weekend, which had about 20 to 25 local acoustic musicians that played. And everyone that came brought a toy for Toys for Tot. So it was like a cool holiday get together with a bunch of live music.
This weekend, if y'all are looking for music plans, we have Sundance Head at the Redbird Listening Room on Friday the 20th, and Dallas Borough is going to be at Riley's Tavern Saturday the 21st. So definitely come out. 2 great artists. Love Sundance Head. We actually got to work briefly with him at the Greenlight when we both worked there like last year, a few years ago. And we recently saw Dallas Borough at the Toys for Tots fundraiser at Riley's. He's amazing, incredible voice. So 2 great shows y'all don't want to miss. And if y'all are looking for some new tunes to listen to, Slade Coulter, who I'm obsessed with, just released a new album. Dustin Schaefer, a local New Braunfels musician, just released a single as well. And then 49 Winchester released a new single. And I know Reed is pumped about that. So
yes. Been listening a lot for sure. And also check out our December show list. It's still up on our Instagram. We have it pinned to the top so it's easy to find. That way you can find upcoming shows around town.
Yeah, so if you need any Christmas plans, holiday plans, families coming into town, you want to catch a show, make sure to look at all the amazing artists around New Braunfels that we have.
And we will keep altering that as well because a lot of venues will update their calendars, and on Instagram we haven't been able to change that, obviously in the graphics. So just look down either in the comments or the caption because I have had to make some changes for Green Hall for shows that we had missed before we posted it. So be sure to catch up on there.
Now we are very excited to introduce to y'all Cameron Allbright. This singer-songwriter from New Braunfels, Texas, is making a name for himself in the Texas country music scene. Influenced by artists such as Chris Knight, Hayes Carll, and Stoney LaRue, he has developed his own signature sound characterized by his bluesy, soulful voice and exceptional storytelling in his songwriting. Not only is he a remarkable songwriter, but he is also a captivating performer, leaving a lasting impression at every show. We are excited to welcome Cameron Allbright to the Twin Rivers podcast.
Hey, what's up? What a lovely intro. I'm making me sound really good there.
You are. I'm trying to hype you up.
Thanks.
Well deserved.
Yes, of course. How's your weekend been?
It's going good. It was pretty busy last week. Played at the Saxon Pub in Austin, and then went up to Brownwood, Texas, and then down to Helotes, Texas, and Floors. So kind of just recovering from that, but I'm feeling good. I'm ready to go. This next week, so
Yeah, it sounds like a busy weekend. How are all the shows? Did you have a good time?
It's fun. They're getting better, I think. I played acoustic around town for like 2 or 3 years, and then I kind of got good at doing that, and I knew my way around that, but then doing the band thing was a completely different beast, so it took a while to kind of figure it out, but I'm really proud of those guys and what we've accomplished. It's only like we played 9 shows so far together, and everyone's just getting better. So yeah, super pumped.
Were all your shows this weekend full band?
Yep, full band. So a lot more fun, and yeah, it was good.
We're really excited to have you, and we've got a bunch of cool questions for you to get to know you better. So Madison's going to start you off.
Yeah, I kind of want to take it back to the beginning. I read that you came from a musical family, and I saw that your uncle was actually in the music scene. So I kind of want to, tell us a little bit more about that, how you grew up, what inspired you.
Yeah. So my uncle's name is Richie Allbright. He lives in town in New Braunfels, and he played country music, kind of more traditional country music for like his whole life until really recently he kind of got out of it. But so yeah, I definitely grew up with that. But for the most part, really, I kind of was influenced by my dad, who he's a songwriter and a singer and a guitar player, but he never really wanted to do it for a living or get into the industry and anything. He's incredible. He's got incredible songs, and so I grew up with that and really his passion and love for music. And yeah, so I'd really kind of, for the most part, give him the flowers for, bringing me up into that. But yeah.
That's awesome. So with songwriting, do you get inspiration from him with your songwriting? Do y'all ever songwrite together?
He's helped me, actually, yeah. So never like formally sat down with him and written songs, but just growing up listening to his songs, I guess that kind of, sunk into me kind of subconsciously in a way. And then definitely on this record that I just put out, that song Nothing Without You, he's got a few lines in there. So I don't think he's got writing credit. I should have done that. He needs to sign up for shout out BMI, needs to sign up for that. But yeah, he's got a few lines on there, and then I'll shoot him over some stuff when I'm working on. And he just asked me like last week, and he's like, I got nothing to do this week, and send me some songs. And I was like, well, I'm not really writing right now, so give me a sec. But yeah.
Is he able to make it out to a lot of your shows?
Oh yeah, he is my biggest supporter, my biggest fan, and so he's there when he can be there, and he's always just sitting there just taking it all in. He loves it, so yeah.
I feel like I might have met him when you played at the Greenlight a couple years ago.
Probably, yeah.
I've seen him watching you.
Well, he used to have longer hair, but long, kind of gray hair, hippie-looking kind of guy.
Yes,
that's my dad, Clay Allbright. Shout out, Clay.
The official shout out for him. What, did you grow up around here, like with your family, or how did you get to the New Braunfels area?
I was originally born in Dallas. Lived there till I was like 7 or 8. Then we moved down here, so New Braunfels is my hometown. I grew up here from the 2nd grade on. Graduated from New Braunfels High School. So yeah, love growing up here, and great music town, and yeah.
Go Unicorns.
Go Unicorns, yeah. Yep.
An intimidating name for sure.
Yeah.
I always thought that.
So with New Braunfels growing up, and also with your dad kind of paving the way, I would say, for your passion and love for music, do you think that New Braunfels, like being a whole music scene community, has helped in your career too, or?
100%, yeah. Like, I mean, we kind of moved down here because like my dad kind of fell in love with this town. We vacationed here a lot, as people do, and so yeah, we moved down here because really a big part of that was just the community and the music scene, and kind of any day of the week around here you can find some live music, acoustic or full band or whatever. So yeah, I don't think I would I also don't think I would be like playing the same genre of music that I'm playing if I didn't grow up in this location, because I was like Dallas, kind of big city, but moving down here kind of really put me onto some other stuff, and more Texas country kind of stuff that influenced me a lot for sure. Yeah.
I know that you're really big into the Cheatham Street Warehouse community too, and all of that. How has that shaped you as a musician? Yeah,
like tremendously. Like, it's pretty crazy. The second time I ever got up and played in front of anybody was there at Songwriters Night on Wednesday. I walked in there, my buddy Wes Hatcher, he brought me there for the first time and introduced me to another one of my best friends now, Hank Weaver. So met him there, and then just met a great community of guys my age and like-minded guys and songwriters that definitely kind of was like, okay, this is cool. I got a little place to kind of work on the craft, and a little community. So yeah, I've loved it. That's my heart is in that place. I call it my living room, Cheatham Street Warehouse, and it's yeah, if you've never been, it's you should go. It's the Shack by the Track, I like to call it. But
It's a great slogan for
Yeah.
it.
I was gonna say I've never heard that. I love
Shack
that.
by the Track. This one is too, I guess. Shack by the Track over here.
Similar aesthetic for
Yeah.
sure.
Definitely
Yeah.
similar vibes. We
Mhm.
love a dive bar.
Yes. We were just at Cheatham a week or two ago for the Drop Tine show, and
Oh,
so we
yeah.
always love
Dude,
going out
Drop
there.
Tines, I'm like a super fan, and yeah, so
Us
good.
too.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
so
we love
good.
him. We also saw Hank Weaver.
Yep, that's my
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah, out there whenever him and Kobe Rotan played out there.
Cool.
So
Yep.
yeah, we
Right on.
always want to go to shows out there.
Yep, it's a good spot.
You live in New Braunfels and you're big into the Cheatham Street Warehouse community. Do you play a lot in San Marcos as well, or
I
what?
actually live right now in Carll, but
Okay.
yeah. So I've been, like I said, for like 2 or 3 years, I played just acoustic gigs, and I'm still doing it because I'm doing music full time now. So, you know, I'm trying to play as much as possible. If you got a private gig or anything, I'll come play. But
Hit him up.
yeah, but yeah, no, I played in kind of in and around San Marcos and New Braunfels, you know, Villette, Green, and then out in Wimberley a little bit, and just kind of bar stuff. But right now I'm kind of slowed down on that sort of thing, and we're kind of been hitting the road, as they say, with the band and playing some a little bit bigger shows, opening up for some people. We're going back to Floors, opening for Braxton Keith in December, so that should be fun. Yeah, some bigger stuff, kind of more intimidating, but it's super fun.
I saw you at Floors a couple months ago.
Yep.
What show was that for
Probably
again?
Slade Coulter.
Yes,
yeah.
that was a really fun time.
Yeah.
Did you always know you wanted to do music full time? I know you mentioned that obviously your dad and y'all grew up in this scene, but what was kind of the pivotal moment of you choosing that you wanted to go down this path? When did you decide to just go for it?
Well, yeah, I'll be honest. I played guitar and played music since I was like 8 years old, and I've always been like a creative kind of, like as a kid, I was really into like art and painting and that sort of thing. But I knew I wanted to do it. I really wanted to do it, but I was so terrified until I couldn't be in front of people really, and just had stage fright for so many years. And it just kind of like wore me down. It's like, man, I really have to get over this, or I gotta like face my fears if I want to follow this dream. So really, I gotta give it to, I was talking about Wesley Hatcher. If you know this guy, you know this guy. But he got me out. I met him, and he was like the first person. This was in college. So moving to college was kind of got me out of my shell and did that. But I met him, and he was like, no, man, you got to come do an open mic. So he brought me out to my first open mic down the street at Middleton Brewing over there, and I got up, and I was so terrified. And there's like 6 people in the room, so it's like, what, you know, and I play to like, you know, 500, 600 people sometimes now. But yeah, I was terrified, and I got up there, and I did it, and I was like, and then it was just over, and I was like, okay, that's it. So just kept doing that, and it got easier over time. So that was like 4 years ago, and it's still like terrifying sometimes, but you know, it just kind of gets easier, and you learn to kind of deal with the nerves, and yeah, it's been so rewarding. So I'm super proud of myself for kind of getting past that stage fright.
I love that you mentioned about open mics and that kind of helped you, because I think that's something that's really cool about New Braunfels. They have so many open mics, and we've mentioned too that so many artists are, you know, very supportive of one another, and they put on these open mics to help kind of musicians branch out and kind of get over maybe a stage fright hump, as well as, you know, songwriting and meeting people. So that's really cool. And it doesn't show, so you kill it on stage.
Yeah, I'm really good at masking my nerves. I'm doing it right now, actually. I'm masking my nerves.
Hey, we are too.
So-
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Do you feel like your stage fright kind of wears off once you get started playing, or does it last throughout the show whenever it's bothering you?
So, yeah, everybody always kind of says, like, after that first note or whatever, everything kind of goes away. And there is kind of a truth to that. You know, it's like your brain can only focus on one thing. So if you're kind of busy and you're real focused, everything kind of goes away. And yeah, it's like a lot of adrenaline going up there, and I have a few libations before to kind of get some courage to go up there. But yeah, I like to tell myself that yeah, once I get up there, the nerves go away. And then I don't know if they actually do, because sometimes like I'm in the middle of playing, I'm just like, oh snap, I'm like really doing this, and I overthink it. But yeah, I'm still kind of working on that, learning to deal with it. But I'm getting over it, I think.
Yeah, you are.
I wanted to ask one more question about the Songwriters Night at Cheatham. A lot of the guys that you go out there with, do y'all like co-write at all, and have y'all released any music together?
For myself, I am, we've definitely, not the best person to co-write with. I don't know why. I've tried it a few times, but, those guys, I think they do it more than I do, but we definitely have, like, sometimes sitting on the back patio at Cheatham Street, just with a guitar passing around, and usually someone's like, oh, I'm working on this, and then we kind of bounce ideas off, So yeah, it happens sometimes, but those guys more so than me, I would say. I'm kind of like a lone wolf. I like to write like in my bedroom at home, just chilling. But yeah.
I was gonna ask, like, do you think it's because you just pull from your own experiences, or you have just an idea in your head that you can only see it through? Because I wanted to talk about too your album that you just dropped, Any Part of Life, and I looked at the credits and I saw that you wrote all of your songs, so I kind of wanted to see what that process of songwriting was for you.
Yeah, I think it's definitely like writing from a place that's kind of somewhat like a lot of those songs aren't real true stories. Like if you really listen to the lyric, the song about the drug substance abuse clean, that song wasn't really from my experience.
I was gonna ask that. I was like, because it's a very intense song, so I didn't know if there was like a personal.
Like, it's very like on the head, very but and kind of inspired by maybe some things that I've been through, but not literally at all. That song's supposed to be. I'm not that bad of a person in that song, but that's just kind of was loosely based off of something maybe going on in my life, but not at all what this actual story was. And I just find that it's more rewarding for me to really kind of dive into the depths of my soul and kind of find that stuff. And that's just the kind of songs I enjoy writing. But I wrote, we got a silly song, me and Hank, called Cheap Beer. We wrote that one night, and as an accident, it's silly, and we weren't going to put it out, and then everybody convinced us to. And so I like the co-writing thing to kind of happen organically and not really go to like a meeting and sit down. And maybe that's inhibiting me as a writer. Maybe I should try to get out of my comfort zone and do it more, but and I will definitely, but that's where I'm at right now with it. Yeah.
How was the recording process in the studio for that album?
Yeah, so my favorite part about really this whole thing is the studio stuff and producing. Like David Beck produced this album. I don't know if y'all know familiar with him. He's incredible. He's been producing so many local guys and a lot of other people. Like he did a lot of the Drop Time stuff, and he's been working with Carson Jeffrey doing that. Anyways, but working with him was super cool. It wasn't like a night going into a nice fancy studio with all this fancy equipment. It was literally in an old house in Martindale, Texas, and it doesn't sound like it though. It's because he knows what he's doing. And but the way that he creates is super not following any rules, and you can tell a lot of the production on the record. I kind of just let him go, like, yeah, man, I trust you, and it's unique, and it fits in some boxes, but it's outside of the box in some ways, and that's really what I wanted, was to kind of to catch somebody's attention. So when they listen to the record, they're like, wow, I've never heard anything like this before, and I think we definitely accomplished that, and that's all David Beck, so he's awesome, and it was just a great time.
Yeah. How would you describe the album as a whole, like if somebody asked?
Your little intro that you did was kind of like storytelling.
There is a lot of storytelling.
It's a little soulful, and that's kind of right. If you listen to my dad sing and play guitar and his tastes in music, you'd understand where I get some of that soul, that bluesiness, whatever. I would say it's a little eclectic, a little. I think it fits just in the Americana kind of genre, singer-songwriter sort of thing. I'm a huge fan of guys like Sean McConnell, John Moreland, if you're familiar with him, one of my favorite songwriters ever, and just not only songwriting and their music, but the production as well, and Jason Isbell. So it's like I'm trying to do something like that, but sound kind of different enough to stick out. So yeah.
I agree. What's funny is I was listening to your album. It's fantastic, by the way. You kind of remind me of like a country John Mayer.
Cool. Yeah, that's one of my biggest influences. John Mayer's like there's not a John Mayer song that I don't know. Like I've just dug into all of his records and somewhat like studied them in a weird way. And I love John Mayer. I love Ryan Adams. Ryan Adams is like one of my top three. And so yeah, John for sure. I'll never be as good as him, but
Never say never.
And then we saw that you're playing at the Music Fest in Steamboat this year. That's so awesome. Is this your first year out there?
Thank you. Yeah, it's my first year out there. Super. Yeah, I don't know how I'm there. I don't feel like I deserve to be there, but I guess I do. So we're gonna go, and I'm more than anything, I'm just grateful. I'm just super blessed to have that opportunity. I couldn't even believe it when they're like, yeah, you're good to go. You're in. So. Yeah, and I'm just so pumped to just be in the mountains. I love snowboarding, and I haven't been in a few years, so I'm just like, I'm super excited to go in January, and just mingle, rub elbows with people in the industry, and be able to play for a lot of new people. So see you in Steamboat.
Do you know which day you're playing or which venue?
I'm playing. Man, I should have. It would take. I could get my phone out, but it would take me like a minute to find where the thing. But I'll definitely be posting that stuff on my socials. Allbright Music on Instagram, and got a Facebook page too.
Yeah, go ahead and plug yourself.
Yeah.
What other kind of bigger shows do you have upcoming?
Really, like I said, we're doing Braxton Keith at Floors Country Store on December 20th, and kind of like this time of year, it's kind of I call it the lull in the storm or whatever. So it's the music industry kind of takes a break, I think. Some people, this is when everybody starts going on their like acoustic tours and doing that sort of thing. But I'm kind of just playing like some private events and like some acoustic stuff around town until then. And then we're doing Floors with Braxton December 20th, and then December 21st the next day we'll be at Billy's Ice full band. So yeah, y'all come out.
We'll definitely be there.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll be posting pictures and videos from there too.
Yeah, right on. Thank you.
Awesome. And so with your new album that you just released, how has the promotion been going for that?
It's been doing well. I told y'all earlier, I really need to step up like my social media, TikTok promotion thing. It's kind of a thing that you have to do these days. I feel like even if you don't really want to, like me, but you see how many careers have been started off of TikTok and just like so I need to really start hammering that stuff in, and I'm gonna go today and like start filming some stuff. But yeah, it's been doing really good though, like just for the amount of promotion that we've done. It's been doing well on streaming and stuff, so I'm super pumped.
Yeah, all your photos and videos that you post are really great quality. Who do you do your promotion with and like your videography?
So shout out, that's my manager, my friend. He's really my buddy, but Alec, Alec Gochicheau. He's so I met him through Hank. This was like 3 years ago, and he wanted to just kind of get into the industry, and he's super duper passionate. He's super smart. He understands the business side of things. He does all the contracts for shows. He's like my booking agent right now, my manager, and he's just a jack of all trades. He's super hardworking. I'm kind of lazy. I tend to be kind of lazy sometimes. So he kind of gets me out of my comfort zone and like makes me do stuff that I don't want to do, but I need to do and that I should do. And so yeah, I think we're a really good a duo. And yeah, so I got a lot of credit to him, really. Like a lot of these shows that we're playing is a lot of connections that he's made, and a lot of the promotion and social media stuff is help from him, which is silly because I have a degree in electronic media, and I'm just like, I just want to be a songwriter now. I decided to do that, but I could easily be like producing my own content I don't know. I need to get my stuff together. I'm really. Can we cuss on this? No.
Yeah, we can cuss.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna. But
yeah, we know Alec. I met him at actually a show of you and Hanks at the Greenlight a couple years ago, and I really appreciated. He took the time to sit with me for like half an hour and explain like his camera and his equipment and stuff, because we were trying to get more into the photography for our account, and so he's always been super helpful, like with any photography questions that we have. So.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's very smart, super passionate, and yeah, he's gonna have a great career and whatever is gonna go on. So he tour manages for Slade Coulter, So he's from Lubbock. Slade's from Lubbock. Slade's a good buddy. And so he does that in the weekends, and then artist manages. I think he's actually artist managing Slade too, and I think maybe Parker Ryan and me and Hank. So yeah.
Well, that's awesome. It's good to have people who
Yeah.
know the industry and to have in your corner,
So
especially
good.
to push you.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you're really open. But I think it's cool, even in the recording, how you said you kind of let the producer do what he does best and kind of like take it. Obviously, you want a certain sound, but I think it's cool to kind of collaborate with different people so they can push you out of your comfort zone as well.
Yeah, that's like being creative is just is being open and not having really any boundaries. And I think definitely on the next project, because I've been kind of getting into producing stuff like demos at home in my bedroom, just like on my laptop. So I think the next project I definitely want to co-produce, because I've been coming up with some really, really cool demos and stuff that I'm really pumped on, writing some really good songs. And so yeah, I'm excited to see how the next album goes, and it's gonna be a while probably. I gotta save up some money, donate if you have any. But yeah, so yeah.
Well, it's exciting. We're excited to hear it.
Thanks.
We really appreciate you taking the time to come on our podcast. Cameron was our second guest, and we
Yes.
loved having this conversation with you and getting to learn more about your experience in the music industry, where you're going with it, the influences behind your music. And so I know he mentioned it earlier, but if you want to plug your social media and everything one more time for people to give you a follow.
Yeah, it's Cam Allbright Music on Instagram, and then Facebook is Cameron Allbright Music. I have a Facebook page, which is, I guess, is different. I didn't understand Facebook for the longest time. I was like, I had to get on it for this music stuff, and I was like, so this is like the platform that like older people use, but it's like the most complicated one. I
For
still
real.
can't figure
That's
Facebook
awesome.
out.
Like meta business is my
Yeah.
enemy, honestly.
What is that?
Exactly.
What is all that? So anyways, there's a Facebook page that's Cameron Allbright Music, and everything I post on Instagram goes on there, and we try to keep it updated. I have a website now. I think it's Cameron Allbright Music, that simple, and it's got merch on there. Go buy some merch. It's got all the shows. It's got just everything on there. So check it out.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for joining our podcast. And then we kind of like to end it on asking the artist what you're listening to. So what are you listening to right now?
Let's see. I've already like said all these names because I'm so bad that I listen to the same people over and over. But
The same way.
But yeah, like I got in the car to come over here, and it was like a 3-song drive, you know. So I put on like I'm an Apple Music guy. I put on like the shuffle radio station, like Cameron Allbright's station or whatever. It's like just music that I guess it thinks that I like. And then like the first song was a Band of Heathens song. I'm a big fan of Band of Heathens. And then it was like 2 Ryan Adams songs after that. So Ryan Adams, Band of Heathens. But right now, let's see. There's this guy, MJ Linderman. I don't know if you heard this guy. He's MJ Linderman. I think it's the last name. He put out a record that's just like so cool. I don't know. Go check it
I'll
out.
have to check it out. I haven't heard of him.
I haven't either.
Sure.
Add it to our playlist, because I'm so bad about finding new music. I get in like a rut of just listening to the same stuff over and over again. So
Well, I'm
gotta
like you.
add
I
to
always it's a curated playlist.
Yeah.
I'm a Spotify girl, but
Same.
that's okay. That you're Apple Music.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that weird? Like I tell people I do Apple Music, they're like, what? And I'm just like, I don't know. I think it's normal. But
People are so diehard one way for some reason. I don't know why, because it's the same exact thing. But like, I'm diehard Spotify. Seems like you are too. So I don't know what it is.
It's okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Reed?
Music I'm listening to lately, I've been on a Mickey and the Motor Cars kick. I know that's like, you know, kind of OG, but I saw them a couple months ago, and ever since then have just been playing their music. I love their song Seashell. It's my favorite one. So
Okay.
I'm a
Yeah.
big fan of them too.
Well, I've been obviously listening to Cameron, but we won't say that right now. But also Silverado. I've been listening to them a lot recently, so they're really good. I want to see them. They're coming soon somewhere.
I think in Austin
In
this month.
Austin. We need to go.
Thank you again for being on our podcast. This is Cameron Allbright on the Twin Rivers Music Scene podcast.
Thank y'all for having me.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
No venue too far, any song at every bar, here to cover your needs. Twin Rivers music scene.